Welcome to the National Putting Tour. Please subscribe to this channel for future video updates. This is a preview of the PopStroke Las Vegas Black Course. We're here in Las Vegas. PopStroke just opened. They got a blue and a black course. The blue course is just way too circusy to do a tournament on, so I'm going to be focusing on the black course. Here's hole 1. Obviously, you're shooting it up the far right-hand side. The line is very close to the rough, and a lot depends on the speed of the greens on this hole. This hole can play very different depending on the speed. It's running a little bit quick right now, so the line is way far right. Here's hole 2. One of the more challenging holes on the course. Kind of a skinny shoot here. You want to play it up the left-hand side. This putt is makeable, but you have to hit the line exactly precise. And you can see Jeff Kirk throwing it up that left-hand side. It kind of creeps over. That was a really good putt. That's in the hole if he hits it a little bit harder. Here's hole 3. This kind of reminds me of hole 9 Scottsdale Red. It's got a slope on the right-hand side. The slope on the left-hand side is fool's gold in my opinion. We're going over to the right-hand side, up that slope. Maybe a little bit less than halfway up. I think that was pretty close for Jeff. Maybe a little bit more to the right. Here's hole 4. One of the easier holes on the course. Left to right break. Fairly simple putt. Here's hole 5. Horseshoe putt. On the left there's rough, and I think as time goes on that rough will get stomped down and guys will probably go through the rough, but for right now you're playing it up the right hand side. Here's hole 6. The play is the far left hand side. Going right I think is fool's gold. Go up the left hand side. There is a line there. You can see Jeff Kirk pretty much executed here. Here's hole 7. This is one of the tougher holes on the course. You got to throw it up this slope. It shoots way to the left. It hits that slope way over on the far left-hand side and then rolls to the hole. I didn't find a way to get this ball to the hole. Maybe as time goes on, this hole will get worn down a little bit and there'll be a backdoor line up over the hill. You can see Jeff Kirk kind of attacked that line and hit the hole, but the rough was grabbing the ball there. Here's hole 8. Fairly easy hole. Little left to right breaker. You can see Jeff on this one. Some people might elect to play it off that little hill to the right. Otherwise, it is just a small left to right break. Here's hole 9. Very tough hole. You can go through the sand trap, but the rough isn't really playing very well for a backdoor. I think eventually the line will be far left and the backdoor, but for right now, you got to go right, hit a little bit of that hill, that first hill, and then there's a second little hill by the sand trap that it rolls down. Now here's Kirk going left. You can see this thing get caught up in the rough, but I think eventually that will be the line. Here's hole 10. A very cool hole. It plays very different depending on the speed. Depending on the speed, you attack a certain part of the hill. Towards the end of the day, I was using the last part of the hill. This part of the day, I was using the first part of the hill. And you can see a pretty good putt from Jeff here. Here's hole 11. Eleven's a pretty straightforward putt. You're trying to play it off that little hill on the left-hand side. Let's see if Jeff Kirk can execute this. He just doesn't catch enough of the hill. Here's hole 12. Right is completely fool's gold in my opinion. It goes way long. You just want to go left. The problem with going left is it's almost a layup. You can try to hit it off that knob over there and roll it towards the hole, but it's really tough. So I think most players will just be laying up left there. Here's hole 13. You want to hit the hill and then have it roll over towards the hole. I found this hole to be very fun. It was very tough to catch the right speed. You can see Jeff attempting it here. That is pretty close to perfect, believe it or not. Just a little bit harder and it shoots towards the hole. Here's hole 14. Another easy hole. Maybe 2 to 6 inches left or right depending on speed. And let's see Jeff Kirk try to execute this one. Didn't hit it and played it way too far out to the left. Here's hole 15. It's hard to see here, but this is a really heavily sloped downhill putt. I found there to be some sort of multiple lines on this hole. You can see Jeff Kirk going way left here initially. Probably hit it a little bit too hard there, a little softer. I think that was perfect. Here's hole 16. I found this to be one of the tougher holes on the course. You're trying to shoot it up that left-hand side. I think eventually there'll be a backdoor line here, but the way these hills are sloped and the way the rough is rolling right now, there really wasn't a backdoor line. You can see Jeff Kirk trying to go through the sand trap here with not much success. Here's hole 17. This one's downhill, right to left putt. You want to catch a good portion of the rough on the hill on the far right. Now, as this hole gets more worn down, I think this line will change. But for right now, you really had to kill it into the rough. And you can see what Jeff did there. That was near perfect. And now here's hole 18. I really like this hole. The line is up the right-hand side, catching a little bit of that hill and then shooting it towards the hole. It doesn't seem to roll out as much as you think it's going to. I kept on leaving this putt short. So you got to make sure you give it enough and catch a little bit of that hill over on the right-hand side, pretty much like Jeff just did right there. So there's a little sneak peek at the black course. Hope you come out to the tournament in 2025 in the spring at PopStroke Las Vegas. Thank you for watching this presentation from the National Putting Tour. Please subscribe to this channel for future putting video updates. And we'll see you at PopStroke Las Vegas in spring of 2025.